Hey guys, this is Nick from forexfornoobs.com with my midday analysis. If you enjoy this analysis and my other videos, hit the subscribe button below this video. Subscribing to my YouTube channel gives you an instant notification whenever I add a new video. Also, please hit the like button below if you find this video useful. So before I start the analysis, I want to explain how it works so you can actually use it in your trading. On most Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, I hold a live analysis session for my Forex Mastermind students. These sessions are recorded and posted to YouTube. I say most because some days I'm busy and other days I'm not trading, and I have a rule: when I'm not trading, I do not post analysis. In the analysis, I look for price action reversal setups on around 10 to 20 pairs that I'm currently trading. I check every time frame for every pair, taking a systematic approach to doing analysis. Personally, I do this analysis several times per day, but only the midday session is recorded as most setups are spotted then. So what are setups? A reversal setup occurs when price stalls at an area of support resistance and a transition of power occurs, from buyers to sellers or from sellers to buyers. I wait for price to approach these areas and spot potential setups. But these setups are not actual trades. When I share a setup on this analysis, it doesn't mean I'm entering the trade right away. Setups are just setups, and many setups do not trigger, so they never actually become trades. But some of them do, of course, and some of them become trades. To understand this, you have to know a little bit about my strategy, which I share for free on forexfornoobs.com, and there's a link to the strategy also below. I use 4 different tags in the name of these analysis videos. The tags are in brackets at the end of the name. It's important to know these tags just so you understand what is in the video. So if you see no setups, that means there are no setups today, obviously. If you see upcoming setups on, that means there are no setups, but I have spotted some very strong support resistance areas, which may lead to setups later in the day. So that could be anywhere between a few hours to a whole day. And if it's tagged with setups on, that means there are setups today, and I'm sharing potential trades in the video itself. So let's get started with the analysis. Today is Tuesday, the 4th of April, 2017, and the time is 15:09 here in the UK. It is, oh wow, okay. My birthday's on the 17th, so it's less than 2 weeks until my birthday, and I'm going to turn 31 years old. No. I'm getting old. Anyway, let's stay on subject. So let's do some analysis. Let's take a look. I haven't actually taken a look at the charts this week yet. This is my first time taking a look at the charts. Honestly, I just didn't really feel like it yesterday. I just didn't feel in the mood to trade. I don't know why, because usually if I've had like 2 weeks of not getting that many trades, I tend to really want to get into a trade. And the last 2 weeks have been kind of crappy for me because of Brexit, so I haven't really got into that many trades. I was traveling, there was Brexit happening, there was lots of news coming out about Brexit, so I haven't really traded much, and I thought I would be very motivated to trade on Monday, but I just kind of didn't feel like it. So I just said, whatever. But I am feeling motivated to trade today, so this is my first time looking at the charts this week. So anything we see is going to be a bit of a surprise. Actually, no, that's a bit untrue. I did look at a 15-minute chart because I have been doing some 15-minute trading, and I just wanted to check out a few things. But I haven't actually done 15-minute trading this week. I was just checking out some things to kind of like tweak the strategy. But anyway, let's stay on subject. So Euro USD. What's going on with Euro USD right now? First things first, my support resistance areas are a bit out of date, so I might be updating support resistance areas as we go through. But the Euro USD support resistance areas seem pretty fine, and Euro USD is just sitting in between 2 support resistance areas here. So there's not much going on. Looking ahead for Euro USD, looking ahead for later this week, it looks like price is overall trending down, something like that. I mean, it's not a perfect trend line, but something like that. Looks like price is overall trending down, and we do have a pretty good resistance area here. So I'd be looking for something like this potentially on Euro USD. That could happen. I mean, it might not happen. It might continue down, but if it does retrace to the 1.07330, then I would potentially be looking for a short. Going with the overall downtrend, it would just be a continuation type reversal. So the preceding trend would be heading here towards the resistance area, and then it would reverse from there for a continuation reversal. So that looks pretty decent. Kamal, you wish you were 31 again. Yeah. I know, I was kidding, kind of. I really don't feel old. I feel like I'm a kid still. I honestly don't feel old. Okay, what have we got here? That's not really that great a trend line, to be honest. It looks like price is trending up overall on AUD New Zealand. Yeah, but there's nothing much to trade here. I mean, it's just bouncing between, it's just in between two support resistance areas. Nothing much to see here. AUD CAD, what's up with AUD CAD right now? AUD CAD is headed towards a support area. Yeah, alright, so it's headed towards support. I'm interested to see what happens when it hits the support area here at the 1.0090, which kind of like is pretty much the psych level. The psych level at 1.0100. So when it hits this level, I'm interested to see what happens, because we could get something like that as sort of reversal happening. But yeah, I mean, right now, as for today, I don't really see anything that I would want to trade. CADJPY, what's up with CADJPY? Ooh, it's making new lows. This is definitely trending down now. Yeah, this is cool. I'm kind of curious what's going to happen with this one. Let's Nah, I was just seeing how that would line up. Let's keep an eye on the 8440, this area here. Let's keep a close eye on it, see what happens. And when it approaches this area, we might get something forming. I mean, you know, it's a maybe. We'll see how that plays out. But right now, there's just not that much happening. It's broken below a support area, so there's nothing that I would personally want to trade. Alright, the daily, what's happening with daily AUD USD and the lower time frames? Nah. Again, in between two support resistance areas, so we don't really have that much going on here. Do keep a close eye on the 7490, or basically the 7500 psych level. So 0.7500 around about here. Keep a close eye on this, because we're very likely to see a move like that. So price hits this level and retraces. That's very possible this week. Do keep a very close eye on that support area. It's a strong one. CADJPY, what's happening with CADJPY? Pretty strong downtrend right now. It is stalling on the support area, but yeah, I'm not interested in taking a long trade here at all. Yeah, I'm not interested in that at all. It looks like it might be headed long, but it doesn't really look that good to me overall. I mean, it's trending down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at this later after this webinar. I'm going to run it through my points system and see if it's a valid trade. But just looking at it right now, it doesn't look very valid to me at all. There's a few reasons. First, it's trending down, which is not a major factor, but it is definitely a factor. When price is trending down, going counter trend is a little more risky. Second, if I'm going to want to enter, it's probably going to be on a lower time frame, which is minus a few points. Third, it doesn't have a clear run. There's lots of messiness through there. Fourth, I don't think we'll get a good risk to reward ratio, but the closer I look, I might be actually wrong about that. Let's see. So entry would probably be about up there. Yeah, I mean, it does kind of have a decent risk to reward ratio, possibly. I mean, it's not that great. Realistically, my target would be there. All right, I'm going to keep an eye on CADJPY. I just want to see what happens on the 6-hour chart, perhaps on the 12-hour chart, maybe on the 12-hour chart. If we get something on the 12-hour chart, I might be tempted. I'm going to run it through the points system, get a score for the trades, and we might look at it further based on that. But this is in no way a strong potential setup. It's a very, very weak potential setup. I'm going to monitor it on the 12-hour, run it through the point system, and see how it plays out. All right, Euro AUD. Nothing really happening there. Euro CAD pushing up, but there's nothing that exciting there. Just keep an eye on the 1.4400 resistance area. Euro GBP, again, nothing too exciting. Euro JPY, broken below support, headed down. Euro New Zealand. Yeah, I don't know. Not that exciting at all. Hey, Catherine. You're late again, Catherine. I'm kidding. GBP-AUD. Yeah. Nothing really much happening. Ooh, okay. Interesting. All right, what I'm going to do first of all is my GBP-JPY support resistance areas have needed updating for a little while, so I'm actually going to update them. I was on the wrong time frame. GBP-JPY support resistance areas lately have been kind of tough to place properly. It is a bit of a mess, this pair right now. When you just look at it and the price action is just completely messy. Look at that. It's just horrible. Very hard to trade this pair at the moment. Well, at least it's very hard for my trading strategy. See, I'm unsure about this area here, but the reason I'm placing it here, there's a few reasons. These wick bounces there, this very minor bounce there, and this bounce here. It's not that good though. There could also be one there. So it's very tough to get good support resistance areas here in this, wait, let me highlight it. In this zone here, it's very hard to get good support resistance areas. After Brexit, this pair has just become a bit of a mess. But I'm just going to go with these for now. One thing I can say with 100% certainty is that right now it is sitting on a support area. I mean, this is a support area, and I don't think that can be disputed. This one here, this area here, in between, that you can say it's not the best area, it's very messy, but this one in particular here, where it's sitting at right now, This one is not that messy. This one is a support area. And we can tell just by looking back at the last few bounces. This bounce, when it acted as resistance, was huge. We got one bounce there. Again, a really, really big move. And now it's sitting here again. We also got this bounce here. That minor bounce there. I mean, it's clearly a area. It's quite a strong area. So right now it's sitting on this strong area, and we're already seeing signs of price stalling. Look at the 12-hour. Now the question becomes, is it worth taking a long trade here? And the answer to that is probably, for me personally, going to be no. Simply because it's just so messy. I don't really have much faith in bulls being able to push through here and do it with any sort of strength. Because look at what sellers were doing when they were heading down. And this is the 12-hour chart. Let's go up to the daily. So this is the daily chart now. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got roughly 33 candles that it took for them to get down to here. So that's 6 weeks of trading. So going long and targeting, you know, up here, I'm not too sure if that's feasible. Danny, in a market like GJ, yeah, I mean, one of the updates I'm doing to, ooh, okay. I think you guys just lost the screencasting. I just had an error with Adobe Air. Actually, I think the whole room is down. Can you guys still hear me? Yeah, Danny. So in a market like CADJPY, you actually gave me the opportunity to make an awesome announcement. I've been testing trend lines for the past year, on and off, messing around with them. I still don't feel like I'm an expert in trend lines, but I feel like they are working well enough at the moment that I can add them to the course material. So for all you guys who are in the room right now, you're all Forex Mastermind members, I am going to be adding videos on trend lines and how to use them in conjunction with this strategy. Trend lines are something that I never really liked that much, but I've been using them more and more, and they're completely price action based. Trend lines are price action. So I'm starting to like them a lot, and they're going to be added to the course, and we're going to start using trend lines as part of the overall strategy. They do help to filter out some bad trades, and they also help to get into good trades. So trend lines are awesome. CADJPY, you've made a very good observation, Danny. We can look at trend lines to help with CADJPY right now. It is obviously trending down. And it is kind of getting into this sort of wedge between this support area and this trend line here. So what's it going to do? Is it going to break out? Is it going to keep moving down? I'm not too convinced that it's gonna push up. I'm not really that crazy about going long on CADJPY. It is something that I'm potentially going to look at, but it's probably not going to happen. More likely than not, this is looking like it's going to head down. But it's worth keeping a close eye on regardless. We'll see how it develops. 12-hour chart, we are going to get some good indecision on support. Doesn't look like a very healthy trade. There's way too much ranging happening on its way down, and it could very well do the same on its way up. So we'll just keep a close eye on this, but I highly doubt this is going to develop into something, I highly doubt it's going to develop into a good long trade, let's say, or a good long reversal trade. This is the thing about trend lines, Danny. A long doesn't look good because of the trend line. I do agree with that. But the thing with trend lines is the reason I never used trend lines in my trading is because I didn't like them. And why didn't I like them? Because I started using them and they would they would get in the way of a lot of trades. So I would say exactly what you're saying now. I would look at a good trade. Now this one doesn't look good. This particular trade looks like crap as a reversal, but I would look at a good reversal setup and there would be a trend line blocking it, and I would say to myself, I'm not going to take this trade because the trend line's blocking it. And of course what would happen would be it would go bam, be an awesome reversal, and I've missed a reversal trade that would have got me 1 to 3 risk reward ratio, or even 1 to 4, like a really, really good reversal trade. Because I was trying to trade with the trend too much, I was missing out on those opportunities where the trend dies, the trend is over, and a new trend has started. And when a new trend starts, you can ride that trend up for a while. So I was missing out on those really, really good opportunities. So that was the main reason I started to avoid trend lines, and I just removed them from my trading. And it was overall better. But over the last few years, I've started to realize more and more that it is okay to add more things to your strategy as long as those things that you're adding have an importance attached to them, let's say. So indecision candle, if I get a good indecision candle forming on an area of support, that's going to give the trade, let's say 10 points, 15 points, or whatever. And then the trend line, if the trend line's against it, it's going to be -5 points, -10 points, whatever. These aren't exact figures, but the point is, when you start to take a more structured and more analytical approach to deciding if the trade is worth entering, then using filters like trend lines makes sense, because they're not going to stop you from entering a very good trade, but they might stop you from entering what is a pretty crappy trade, which is what we're looking at right now. So I do agree with you. CADJPY, I'm probably not going to go long here. It is trending down pretty heavily. The trend line's pointing down. The setup itself is not that great. And we've got a lot of messiness through here that it's going to have to get through if I want to go long. So, you know, the trend line is just one of the many factors that I'm looking at to decide if I want to get into this trade. And the trend line is saying no, but there's also a lot of other things saying no. If everything else was saying yes, and it looked like an awesome setup, and I really wanted to get in, if everything else was saying yes, then I might say to myself, okay, it's worth entering, even if the trend line's against it. So the trend line acts as somewhat of a filter, and it also acts as a kind of a support to get into a trade. It gives the trade extra points if it's in direction of the trend. So, I mean, this is a bit of a long... I've gone on about this for a bit too long. It will be made a lot clearer when you watch it in the videos. There are going to be videos added to the course about trend lines, and I am going to start using them as part of my overall strategy, but they're not a major part. They're just one of the factors that I consider before entering a trade. Make sense? Everyone cool with that? But that being said, I am going to keep an eye on CADJPY. You know, there's like a 90% chance that I will not enter a reversal here, but regardless, I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'm seeing something that might become a decent trade. Might. Very, 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 very small chance, but it might. So it's worth keeping an eye on. So let's pull it to the top of the list and see what happens. But yeah, probably not going to turn into anything. GBP/USD is doing nothing really. I'm not really that interested in trading GBP/USD right now. It has been so messy with Brexit and everything. I'm just not really that into GBP/USD at the moment. New Zealand CAD, what's happening with New Zealand CAD? Yeah, potential continuation reversal, but it's way too messy for me to be interested. I get a feeling that this week is going to be good, but Tuesday the first trading day for me of the week is not looking that great in terms of setups, or at least at this time on Tuesday. This evening we might get some more stuff happening, but right now, for my main strategy, which is reversal trading, I'm not really seeing too much that's exciting me. And yeah, there we have it. Actually, no, we don't have it. I just want to quickly do support resistance areas for USDJPY. Simon, are you here today? Simon was asking me about support resistance areas for USDJPY earlier this morning. Simon. No, Simon's not in here. Well, he'll catch it on the recording. Okay. These are my support resistance areas for USDJPY. I'm not too sure about this one down here, but it doesn't really matter right now. Might adjust this with time, but it looks okay at the moment. Actually, nah. Yeah, I'm going to keep it here at the psych level. We might adjust this one down. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, we don't really have much forming on USDJPY. Thanks for watching the analysis. I hope it was useful. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button below. Also, for instant notifications when I post analysis or other cool videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button below. Once the setups I share in this analysis trigger, I post live updates as I manage the trade, such as my entry, exit, stop, and when to get out of the trade. For these updates, add me on Facebook or Twitter by clicking the buttons below. I'll see you in the next video.